Welcome back, guys. Welcome to another Gift Talks. It's my first video of 2018. Super excited to be doing this just yet another year. If you notice, I'm actually wearing a hoodie. It's because currently I'm shooting in my basement and it is very, very cold down here. We got a heater, but it isn't set up yet. Hopefully we'll get it set up so I can stop freezing and let's get to this. I actually brought you guys here so I could actually talk about the new Jumanji movie. This will be a spoiler review. I really did like the movie. I did think it was good, but to talk about it honestly and truthfully, I think it would be very hard for me not to put spoilers out there. So if you have not seen the movie, come back after you've watched the movie, because I think this is going to be quite an enjoyable film. Don't worry, I'm not going to be bashing on it. I actually thought the movie was halfway decent. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you what I liked, what I didn't like, and then give you an overall rating. Now, I have and do own the first Jumanji movie. Robin Williams is a spectacular actor, and, it's going to be hard to replace that movie. Luckily, this Jumanji does not. That is one of the things I really liked about it. It does not try to be the first movie. It doesn't take a royal dump on the first movie. You can still watch this. If you haven't seen the first Jumanji, you can watch this movie and it can be a standalone movie. And if you've seen that one, it can still be a standalone movie, but in the same universe. So this would be like a one-shot movie. So I really liked it. The characters, The Rock, he plays a great character. He plays a young man who's playing The Rock, not used to being the muscle-bound one or tall or strong. He's the nerdy one who always gets pushed around, told to do one's homework. I thought the young actor did very well. And The Rock did very well portraying that, youngness and just inexperience with strength and whatnot. I thought that was really good. Kevin Hart, he is, a character who is played by the young kid who plays him is very, very tall, very, very strong. He's a football player or a basketball player. And he's used to being very tall, while Kevin Hart's very short. So there's a lot of short jokes, there's a lot of humor, and I used to be this, but there's also the dynamic between him and the young man who's playing The Rock, in that they used to be best friends during, graduation school, and something made them set apart. And then throughout the film, they become buddies again, and I wouldn't say best friends, but they definitely come together again and become friends again. Of course, then you have I don't remember her name. I probably should have looked that up, but you got the Doctor Who, very attractive redhead. She plays a very good character. She's the younger version, or the player of this, is because it is, when I keep saying it's player, it's the video. When Jumanji gets found, it's a board game. But this young guy is like, well, who plays board games anymore? And he goes on and to play his video games, and the board game learns from it and transforms, which gives you kind of an idea that the board game itself is in a sentient, or kind of a symbiote. It learns to adapt. So it becomes a video game, and it draws the person into the video game, and they definitely have some nuance. If you ever played a video game, you're going to understand a lot of what they're talking about. If not, it may be a little bit hard to follow, but it's still really good. So you have the player of the Doctor Who actress, and she's not comfortable with herself, but she finds herself in this really attractive body, and they each have different abilities. Like in every game, they have different abilities, and then they have different weaknesses. Like The Rock's weakness, he has none. Kevin Hart's character, he is very slow, and he also a weakness of cake, which is very funny because in the movie he does eat pound cake and ends up exploding. That's another one of the things I really liked is they gave each character 3 lives, and it's shown by a tattoo on the wrist, and it gives them the 3 bars, and when they get killed, they lose one of those bars. But later on, you can actually see that they can also give one of those bars. It was very nice. And then, of course, you have Jack Black. And this is where the movie worried me before I saw the movie. This is where I'm not a big fan of Jack Black. I think he can be good. School of Rock showed us that. He can be very good. He can be very funny. But he has a tendency to go too far with it. And that worried me. But when you look at this character, it reminded me a lot of Tropical Thunder and the character that Robert Downey Jr. plays. I'm a guy who plays another guy. And in this one, Jack Black is a guy who plays a girl who plays a guy. And she gets his name. The name they give her is Leslie, but it's short for whatever it was, and I didn't catch it. But she does end up playing, a middle-aged man, and that does have some humor in it. His humor was very funny. It was not his typical over the counter stuff, just overbearing, terrible comedy. No, it wasn't none of that. It was precise comedy, and he did it very well. Like I said, the guy who plays a girl who plays a guy, he nailed it, and I was so happy about that. Now, one character I didn't know who was in it is one of the Jonas Brothers, and I'm not even trying to know which one because obviously I'm not a Jonas Brother fan, but he does play this, and he does rather well for the character he's given. I was really happy to see him in this, and I actually thought it was a pretty decent film. So, what I didn't like, to be honest, the humor was good, the movie was good, the acting was good, but at some points it became slow. And it's not a bad thing. I mean, it gives you a little lull. I mean, I had enough time where normally a movie will capture me. It will make me, enthralled so much that I don't even want to go to the bathroom. Well, this one I had time to go to the bathroom because there were some parts that dragged on. And there wasn't a lot of them. It didn't hinder the film by any means. There are points that I just felt that may have been drawn out just a little too much. So, but again, this was a solid film. I really did like this. I enjoyed, every shot of it. It did have those slow parts, and there are some unanswered questions. Like the whole thing is that this guy takes a gem from the statue and it curses all Jumanji. It never says what's going to happen to Jumanji. The curse is almost there just as a threat so they can defeat it. It's like an end of the means. They never show you any deterioration of Jumanji. They never show any, anything that really could be considered. They could have taken all their time except for the lives on their hand. They could have taken literally years upon years upon years, which one character does. But it's just like there was no sense of urgency to this. It was just a part or objective that they had to do. There was no sense of urgency to that curse. The cool thing was that the guy who ended up getting cursed along with Jumanji got to control animals, and he does use this ability to a certain degree. But it also fails him when it comes to larger animals like elephants. I don't know why he didn't just control the elephant, but he didn't, so not a big deal. All in all, I thought this was a great movie. I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. Very funny, very enjoyable, easy to sit down and watch. Had a little bit of lulls in it, and they don't explain everything, but still a very solid movie. Wow. In the comments, let me know what you guys thought about it, and if you like this video, hit that like button for me. And if you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button. I'm always trying to make new videos. I am going to try to be a little more, how do you say, regular on it. And I know that I will be doing another room tour video because a lot of this is going to change. I am going to be getting rid of quite a bit of stuff, just because I kind of found a new way of decorating, and a new way of a reason for wanting to collect and to enjoy. I think I'm going to go less toy wise and go more movie wise. So if you guys think that's a good decision, again, hit me in those comments. Let me know. I guess I'll talk to you later, guys, and you have a good New Year's. Bye.